My beautiful people. Platinum Rose here, and Ashley. And we are on the way to auction. This morning, we're going to take you guys with us. Some basics. I'm a dealer. You guys know that, follow me. And what we're going to be looking for today is some high-end cars. I'm putting together a series for you guys to let you know how to be a car dealer, a successful car dealer. And hopefully these will be helpful to those one or two of you who are interested. Maybe give you some ideas for something you want to do on your own. If you have a passion for something or not, you could be just interested in it. This is a passion of mine. I kind of fell into it by mistake in college. Broke and not wanting to be on a pole. Had to figure something out. I also had retail jobs, but in school you don't really have freaking 40 hours, even 20 hours a week to be in somebody's store trying to help them make money. So I flipped cars. Didn't realize that many years later, I didn't do it nonstop. I actually was a realtor, and when everything crashed and I was done with my 2-year depression, then I decided to sit down and figure out what I have done in my life that I really enjoyed, and car flipping was one of them. So here I am, 2016, as a car dealer. My daughter loves it too, much more so than my son. My daughter is, she and my son, though, help in my business. My husband's not interested. But my daughter and my son learned to drive super early because, moving the cars around and all that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But if you have kids, it's good to have them involved. Because even if you don't do it as a business, it's fun and interesting to do just as a hobby. When you go through auction, dealer only or consumer, you pretty much have about 10 seconds to look at a car and assess it and make a decision and go forward. Most auctions, you do have a chance to look at the cars, I guess, beforehand. And a lot of dealers do. They look at the cars because, a lot specifically buy for people who are looking for a particular car. I do that here and there, not so much, because for me, if I have a goal in mind, like I want to get 10 cars, I do the 10-second assessment. And nobody taught me this. In fact, everything I know, I learned on my own. And I lost a lot of money learning it. I'm giving it to you for free. You're welcome. But what I do is I use my 10 seconds because the cars will almost go through without stopping. But what you want to do is you want to look for sledding. That's smoke, leaks, check engine lights, but that's at the end. That's actually not even part of the first 5, because sometimes you could look in and, well, let me get into that after I finish off the sledding. So smoke, leaks, what is the E? Smoke, leaks, I'm missing my E, but noise, dents, check engine light, but the E is smoke, leak, and by smoke I mean out the tailpipe, leaks, dents, noise. I do this so quick I can't. What is my E? Expiration of the plates. Damn, that's super important. I do that so automatically. It was not in my mind, but yeah. Smoke, leaks, expiration of the tags here in California. I also look to make sure that California tags, because the California car will have no rust 90% of the time. Dents, and then noise. And then if you can stick your head in there, which a lot of times I can't, because if it's a car that's a hot car, there's going to be guys sticking their head in there, and I can't get close. But it doesn't matter, because a lot of times all that other stuff I just listed off will let you know if there should or should not be a check engine light on. Check engine light also can be turned off easily by using, where's my TV? That's my briefcase. By using a OBD2. And OBD2 is important for you to have as a dealer, because it will tell you in general if, number one, if the check engine light has been turned off, and because it won't be ready to smog here in California. But OBD2, it connects to your car, any car over, I believe it's 96 or 99, it might be 96. And it'll let you know if there's a pending code, meaning that you're gonna have to do some work. It could be very minor, so it's not, no reason to freak out, but it will definitely let you know if you're gonna immediately have to spend some money on the car, because you don't want to ever sell a car that's jacked up. I mean, you can, but make sure you announce it. You don't want to be one of those dealers, and there's plenty of them out here that sell crappy cars that they know, the dealer knows are crappy, and then you don't have any repeat customers. So, anyway, check it again in a little bit. So when you're looking for a car, when you go to auction, you kind of want to have in your mind what you're looking for. Like I said, you know, your price-wise next. Now, some folks are going to be like, well, how do I know what's a good price? Well, for me, how I do it generally is I get cars that I would want to buy for myself. And a couple ways I do it, if a car rolls through, like a Lexus rolls through, or Mercedes, or Range Rover, you're going to know certain things about the car right before it rolls through, because you're going to have a list. Make sure you have your list. I've bid without a list before. Each auction provides a list in advance. Like, you know, you don't want to get a list that's too new, but one that's pretty much that they printed like an hour before the auction, where all the cars are in. So on that list for dealers, for dealer only auctions, some of them, because there's so many I can't say, but in general you're always going to know the mileage. Some will say mileage discrepancy, so that you don't get a rollback or inoperative odometer, which completely lowers the value of the car. Because this is why I want to leave so early. Normally I like to leave at like 4:30 in the morning, because where we have to go today is the rush hour traffic, just going in that direction. But you want to see the mileage. Some auctions will let you know if there's engine problems. Some auctions will let you know if there's transmission problems. Many will not, because it's an auction. They might not you might not know as much as you probably should. The auction I'm going to today lets you know if there's transmission problems, engine problems. They make sure that the air conditioning is running. The things at this auction I have to worry about is not a lot, but maybe 1 in 10 cars, one of the windows won't work. I'll have to buy a regulator. Regulator is not super expensive, but if I want to flip the car fast, I have to order the regulator, and then I have my guy put it in. I have a guy that will order it and put it in, but he's so inexpensive that he's busy. And he has a few dealers that he actually works for, so I'm not always priority. He's good. He also takes care of dents. I don't get cars with dents in general, but if a car is low enough during the bidding, I will take a chance. But a dent, of course, means number one, you have to fix the dent, so you gotta have a really good dent guy. My dent guy also is very, very good, but since he's cheap, he's very, very busy. Another situation. But a dent also indicates the car has had an accident. Now, what a lot of auctions are doing now is running your auto check or your the other report, so that it'll show if the car's been in an accident. But that's only, what people don't realize is it'll end up on one of those two or both of those reports if the car was in an accident and fixed by a dealer. If it hasn't been fixed by a dealer after an accident, it's not going to show up. So it's not automatic. But if you see a dent, you know for sure it's been in an accident. So you want to be mindful of that. People are very visual. They'll quicker buy a car with engine problems than a car with a dent or multiple dents. A multiple dent car, you really have to be careful of, because that was somebody who probably didn't maintain it at all, didn't get the oil change, didn't do anything. And the car's going to have belt problems and probably tire problems. That's another thing you can check for. But tires, I have a really good tire guy, so I don't really worry so much about the tires. Tires can be expensive if I'm selling it to someone who's going to have to put on tires themselves. But I can get some close to new tires for $40 each. But that's something you want to be mindful of too. Worn, very worn tires also can indicate high mileage or higher mileage than 3 important. We are about to register. Get my bidding number. I got my number, and we just have to. Normally, what a lot of dealers do, as you see, we're the only females here. And the only black, no biggie. But normally what a lot of people do is they'll look at cars that they done pegged, and you're gonna look and see the cars that you are interested in. Hey, Scotty.
I missed you.
This is the auctioneer.
That must mean you need a few again, right?
I don't. My daughter wants something special.
Well, very good.
So I said, let me bring her here.
Is this what she wants?
Please.
I think you do well.
He got jokes. I think so. He got jokes. This is for my vlog.
Oh, for your vlog. And this is the car I wanted to buy, but...
Yeah, he looks out for me. Doesn't let me get ridiculous. Yeah, Scotty. Scotty's the auctioneer, and he's a really super nice guy. My daughter's looking at the list. But again, you never know what's going to go for what. Sometimes cars surprise you, and they'll go for way lower or way higher than you're expecting. And but you can't get emotionally attached. This Mercedes here. Couple of tips: when you are brand new, try not to bid until they're at least halfway through the auction, unless you're specifically trying to get a particular car. This one here was looking excellent, and it's not in the beginning. It's halfway through the auction. So I have my eyes set on it. Normally I don't do this because once I get set on something, I can tend to bid more than I should, but I really like this car. So I'm going to set in my head the amount I want to bid on this particular one. And this is today's come on Mercedes game. Just trying to help you guys out. We did get a good freaking deal today. Mercedes. So Ashley has another car to drive around in while she's home off of home on school break. How much gas does that? Oh yeah, I got